Hey there, Heather, ho there. It's Jeff Cutter Admin. Welcome you to the final day of the round of 64 for the Cutter NCAA Super Tourney. 128 schools, 128 teams, one team per school, and you get through some great matchups. Um, Here are the matchups that already have happened. 04 James Madison crushing Timmy Che, Cole Brennan in the 07 surprising Warriors. 2002 Ohio State surviving 2004 Utah. 99 VT winning in San Diego State. 69 Toledo winning the Battle of the MAC. 44 Tulsa crushing Western Kentucky. 2010 Oregon surviving 66 UCLA in a close one. 66 Wyoming crushing Mass. 98 Air Force needing overtime to beat Central Michigan. 81 Clemson beating Dan Marino and 81 Panthers. 97 Colorado State crushing 80 North Carolina. CSU winning the Battle of the Bighorns. 05 Texas surviving 97 Michigan. 65 UTEP beating 63 Memphis. 06 Wake Forest 28-3 over Wake. 93 Wisconsin crushing Troy. 93 Arizona using the Desert Swarm to win. 07 Kansas beating East Carolina, David Garrard. 90 Georgia Tech over Tulane. 56 Oklahoma taking out Illinois quite easily. 58 LSU winning the Battle of the Wills against 60 Ole Miss. 95 Nebraska putting up 73 points on Texas Tech, even though Texas Tech had a 21-7 lead at one point. 80 Georgia with the shutout of the Four Horsemen. The 2011 Oklahoma State squad surviving 53 Maryland last week, 45-42. 2010 Nevada surviving Fresno State by a touchdown. 60 NM State beats Cincinnati. 59 Syracuse beats 2010 Stanford. And 69 Penn State beating Virginia. So those are your 26 winners. And now we have 6 more games left. I think we can do that, Jeffrey. Yep, so Alabama, BYU, Colorado, Washington are the final 2 games. And we're going to go to Rutgers. Our first game is the 04 Trojans against 06 Rutgers. Start. Wayne Jarrett, Keyshawn Johnson running from allegedly and SC defensive line Sam Baker, Fred Atua, Ryan Khalil, John Drake, and Hewitt. Rutgers defensive line. William Beckford, Ramil Beacons, Jamal Westerman, and Foster. Jerron Thompson, Quintero, Farson, and Brendan Reichert, linebackers. Manny Collins, Brittany Armstrong, for SC, this is the team that won the national title, put up on another national title.
Live on the play.
Offsides. Offense. First down.
Pedro Sosa, Mike Liddell, Darnell Stapleton, Cam Stevenson, and Jeremy Suta, your defensive line. SC defensive line, Sean Cody, Mark Jackson, Mike Patterson, and Frosty Gregory. Junior Seau, that was Ertz, and Nova Tatupu, your linebackers. Troy Polamalu, provided with Ronnie Lott, Eric Ray, and Justin Mike. that earthquake was really bad. They were kind of. But I remember L16. Yes, I think that was the year. Or was it next year that they ran over in the international soccer?
First down. Kick is good.
Fourth quarter, they're winning 20 to what? Rutgers is winning over SC 20-6? What? Jabu loves it. Jabu, Jabu, Jabu.
It's no good. Wide on the play. Pass interference. Offense. First down.
Deal 10 for 26 for 18 time touchdown. They raised with 90. Minor 14 for 30, 137, 2 interceptions. Pass up 76 for SC. Well, SC drive, Rutgers turn, fumble return, field count, and then a fumble by Westerman College. What the fuck? It's a new celebration. On the Vanderbilt. Auburn Vanderbilt. That is. SEC battle. Surprise Vanderbilt's moving on to round 2.
kicking team.
And it's steady raining here now, so it is raining in Nashville. That could be big. Bobby Berry at quarterback, Zealand Big Ben, Jonah Hicks, Dale Warrior running backs, DJ Curtis, Pete Holmes are your receivers. Offensive line, Dutch Cantrell, Van Brown, John Clark, Ken Cooper, Albert Eli, Anton Carter, Zach Clayton, Nick Curley, Zach Curley, Derek Bates, Josh Mines, and Chris Stevens. Their linebackers, Desmond Washington, Zach Average, Demetrius McNeil, and Nico Thorpe are the DBs. And Bill. Yeah,
First down. No good.
Blake 106 got you. Noonan 30 for 28, 237, a touchdown, and a pick. Noonan played in this game for what? Curtis. Oh, Jay Cutler. Oh, they already have one. Jay Cutler. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's right. You can't have Fabio. Texas A&M will host Arizona State, so that should be an interesting game. Arizona State starts at 55. Jake the Snake Culver is your quarterback. From Arizona State to Arizona. Terry Gatto, Channel Walker in the book. Keith Poole, Lindsey Jackson, Denver. Ray Willinger, Blackhawks, Kirby Smith, Marshall Romney, Allen, Sterling, linebackers, John David Crow, Graham Pug, DeRace Closer, John Cooper, Armstrong. Arizona State were almost national champs. Went to the World Bowl 97, and I believe.
Flag on the play.
Flagrant face mask. Defense. First down. First down. First down.
Marlon Jeffrey, your quarterback to start for A&M. John David Crow, DeRace Closer, John Kimball. Running the ball, Kirby Smith, Bill, excellent ball. Ernie Canal, Marshall, Brockett, Ronnie Kahn, Charlie Hinkley, Joe Boyd, defensive line. Darius Heath, defensively. Derek Rogers, Prince Ivy Jr. Onion from the legislature. Greg Burston, doing the job. Pat Tillman, linebacker, Derek Smith, and Scott Vanderhill. Damian Richardson, Mitchell Freeman, Marcus. A&M hit by 15 points. Arizona State beat 38 Texas Christians from the 14th, so they got this over 32 passes. And A&M beat Miami 14-7.
Flag on the play.
Illegal use of hands. Offense.
It's good. Flag on the play.
Encroachment. Defense. Timeout. Offense. Holding. Offense. First down.
Their job. So that's 3 straight by the defense. Missouri's next against Indiana. That should be another home win. Ted Kluszewski, yes, that's Ted Kluszewski, famous slugger for the Reds and White Sox. Russ Steele, Joel Sperry, Ravensburg, Leroy Scoville, John Kennedy, and Harry Grant, linebackers. Curtis Rourke, Pat Hills, George Chalvero, and Andrew Fowler. Yeah, he played multiple plays offensive line.
First down. First down. Timeout offense.
Down 7-0. Missouri. Chase Daniel, a pathetic 1 for 14 passing. Hell of a chip. West, Temple, Wheel, and Stevenson had more running yards than they had passing. York 6 for 17 for a touchdown, 80 yards touchdown. Calavero and Thompson threw a touchdown to Ravensburg. Yeah, he threw it to Ravensburg. Beal had the punt return for a touchdown for Missouri, and then York to Thompson touchdown. A fumble return by Kennedy, and then Thompson to Ravensburg. Indiana won. Missouri thought they had it, but they didn't. Indiana. So, 2 more games for you. We're going to go to BYU first, Bama and BYU, and then Colorado, Washington will have our last game, and then we'll
First down. First down. First down. First down. Touchdown.
Four linebackers, you have White, Nuts, Bader, Marv Allen, Curve, Gavia, who did play for Washington in the Super Bowl, and Henry Whittingham. Mark Allen, Steve Heyman, Evan Morrow, Jeff Smoke, and some Bucks.
First down. First down. First down. First down.
Flag on the play.
Holding. Offense.
This is good. Touchdown. The extra point is good. Good. Flag on the play.
Receiving team.
Jim McMahon in that BYU put a question at home against 38-8 against their nothing James Trammell 9 for 3, Lenny Scarlett for 8. They couldn't pass the ball. Oscar the Bellini. Oscar the Ace Birds. Armand had to follow 3 of 8. Defense blocks 30-8. So another massive upset. When the home teams give up less than 10, they're perfect. 8-6-6-6. Well, 23 by Indiana. All right, now Colorado, Washington. Who will win in the Big West battle? Billy Joe Colbert at pivot. Corey Dillon ran from Legacy. Pete Johnson ran well. Marty Bailey played that game at Junior. Phil Kelly, Alabama. Chris Marley and Cunningham. Who is Lincoln Kent. Trainer. Clint. Moonlight. Shannon Lavelle. Greg Hicks. James Holden. Matt Russell. Greg Jones. Billy Piper. Ross. Matt Johnson. Chris Hudson.
First down. First down.
Push-ups along with the president at Lexus. Michael Westbrook, Phil, Christopher, Future Pat, receiver. Tony Birdie, Scarlett, Stone personality, and Jared Westbrook as the line. D-line, Andy Mason, Tyron Rogers, Edmund, Will Edmund, Carl, Donald Jones, Jamie Fields, Chico Fairley, Dave Baldwin, linebackers. Walter Bailey, Tommy Smith,
First down. Timeout, offense.
Flag on the play.
Personal foul. Defense.
Touchdown.
Personal foul. Defense.
This is good.
So that's what happened. The home teams dominated today, except for Missouri losing to Indiana. BYU shocking Bama. I'm surprised. I'm shocked that BYU and Bama would battle each other out. '06 Rutgers shocked USC 27-6. Yeah, the Matt Leinart team. I'm shocked. Arizona State got their butts handed to them by the defense of A&M. 2010 Auburn losing to Vanderbilt despite Cam Newton being there, and '94 Colorado losing to '91 Washington. All right, so all 32 games are done. Let's look at the summary. The offensive player of the week was Brandon Whedon. His 462-yard play job as quarterback against Maryland in that classic 45-42 last week. Yeah, 32 for 41, 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Maryland thought they were going to win the game. It was 28-24 Maryland at the half. And then, they missed. Billy Joe Hobart had the second best passing yards, 358. Billy Stevens for UTEP, 345, despite that, 9-6 game? 9-0. He threw for 345 yards, and yet it was still 9-0. Graham Harrell, Alex Smith, Andrew Luck, Chuck Hewley, 300 yards. Monty Ball for Wisconsin, 177 against Troy, running the ball for 2 touchdowns. John Kimbrough, 170 today for A&M in the game against Arizona State. And William Bell of Georgia Tech, 140, running the ball. Mike Ditka got 13 pass receptions. Defensive player of the week, Teddy Bruschi for the Desert Storm defense. Hollis Hall actually had 3 interceptions for Clemson, 23-20. 3 of the 4 interceptions Marino threw was to him. And he didn't take anything back. Well, 5 seconds left. Clemson won the game on a field goal. George Janey, Tyrone Williams, and Tommy McDonald with 2 interceptions. Vic Washington was named the special teams player of the week. I don't know why. Well, he had 2 kickoff returns. A lot of punt returns, I guess. Art Brown had 213 yards kick return, but that was because of Kansas scoring 39 points, although it didn't make sense. So Brendan Whedon, 847 yards passing. He's number 1 in that rushing yards. Monty Ball has 334. They're still around. Blackman, 22 catches for Oklahoma State. Harrell and Alex Smith. I think Utah's out. All right. So we are now down to 32 teams. That's how they're going to be set up. Arizona LSU, okay. Kansas A&M, okay. Big 12. Air Force Indiana, so one of those schools will move on. Rutgers BYU, okay, maybe BYU. Yeah, those 2 guys. Wake versus Va Tech, okay. Colorado State GT, Nevada UTEP, one of those guys from the West will move on. Texas Penn State, oh boy, that's a big one for Texas. Toledo Wyoming, okay, maybe. Yeah, we're gonna have a 60 Cinderella. Oklahoma Tulsa, out of Oklahoma. That's funny. Clemson taking on Wisconsin. Okay, Georgia, James Madison. Wow, that's big news for James Madison. They get the home game against the Herschel Walker. Oregon, Syracuse, New Mexico State, Nebraska. That could be big. Washington, Oklahoma State. That's a good one. And Ohio State at Vanderbilt. So those are good ones. Okay, so we do have time. Let's take a look. Okay, so we're going to combine the 2 schools' numbers, the end numbers. 5 for Texas, 9 for Penn State, for example. It makes 14 in the top run. Because we got 5 games next week, the 29th, 5 on December the 6th, and 6 on December 13th. Okay, let's take a look here. 3 plus 8 is 11, so that's top. So Arizona LSU will play on the 29th. So that game will be on the 29th. And that's next week at LSU, Arizona LSU. So that's big. Desert Storm versus Billy Cannon. Rutgers BYU is a 10. So they will play on the 13th. We're going to put them on December 13th. This will be a cloudy day in BYU. So Rutgers BYU will go to the end. We'll wait to the end. Colorado State, Georgia Tech, 7. So they'll recover on the 29th. 29th. We'll play in Georgia Tech. Cloudy skies. 97 Colorado State against 90 Georgia Tech. That's a big one. Colorado State's up in the 3rd round. Air Force Indiana, it's a 10. 13. 8 plus 5 is 13. That's a 3, so that's the 13th. So they'll play in the drizzle on the 13th. Yeah, there'll be cloudy and drizzle on the 13th in Indiana. So Air Force will play Indiana in drizzle. Georgia James Madison is a 6. It's a 4. So 0 plus 4 is that. So they'll play on the 29th. James Madison gets a game on the 29th. They're like, wow, amazing. We actually get a game next week. You do. You play next week. New Mexico, Nebraska is a 5. It's a 3. It's a 5, so they will play on the 6th. December the 6th. So yeah, they'll play in 2 weeks' time. December 6th, Clear Skies 46. Washington, Oklahoma State is a 1. It's a 2. So they'll play on December 6th. Yeah. December 6th. Yeah, Oklahoma State will play on December the 6th. Texas Penn State plays on top. 5 plus 9 is 14. And 147. So they'll play next week at Beaver Stadium. That's going to be a big one. Clear Skies. Oregon Syracuse is a 10. Is a 9. 0 plus 9. 0 plus 9. Okay. 0 plus 9. So that is on the 13th, right? 0 plus 9. Right? At Archibald Stadium. Partly cloudy. Yeah, very good. Kansas A&M is a 6. 7 plus 9. 7 plus 9? 7 plus 9. So that's the 13th. Saturday the 13th at Kyle Field. So they'll be playing on the final week. Oklahoma Tulsa plays 6 plus 4. 0. So I'm going to put them in the middle. December 6th needs it. Yeah, we need games on the 6th. So yeah, December 6th will be where, in 2 weeks' time, will be where the Battle of Oklahoma will be playing. Yeah, Oklahoma will get some top billing. Oklahoma State's at home. That's cool. And Nevada UTEP is a 5. That's it. Middle of the pack. So that's also on the 13th. El Paso at the Sun Bowl Stadium. Did I put them on? Oh shit! Did I put them on the wrong date, Jeff? Oh, I put the wrong date. I put the wrong date, didn't I? Yes, I did. Yeah, I did. I put them on the wrong date. It's supposed to be for the 6th, right? 444. Well, that was 444. I say Vanderbilt is a 10. Last week. We'll put them on the 13th because Vanderbilt just played. Yeah, Vanderbilt just played. Yeah, Vanderbilt just played. So we'll put that game on the final week. Like Virginia Tech is a 6. It's a 15. So that's in the middle. December the 6th. So Wake Virginia, ACC battle on the 6th. So Fa Tech, cloudy. So December 6th is done. So now 2 games. One on the 1 plus 3 is 4. Clemson, Wisconsin. Clemson, Wisconsin next week. So they'll play next week in Wisconsin. We're in Wisconsin next week. And that automatically means Toledo, Wyoming plays on the 13th, right? Yes. So Toledo, Wyoming will be on the 13th next week. Will be on the 13th. So next week we have Colorado State, Georgia Tech, Georgia James Madison, Arizona LSU, Texas Penn State, and Clemson, Wisconsin. So yeah, we'll be probably in Wisconsin for the game of the day, Texas Penn State as well. On December 6th, we have New Mexico State, Nebraska, Washington, Oklahoma State, Oklahoma, Tulsa, Nevada, UTEP, and Wake, Virginia Tech. So yeah, I think it will be the game of the week will be Oklahoma State, Washington, with Oklahoma, Tulsa being the fourth matchup. The fourth match, Texas Penn State will be number 4. And then December 13th, Rutgers, BYU, good battle there. Air Force, Indiana, Oregon, Syracuse, Kansas A&M, Ohio State versus Vandy, and Toledo versus Wyoming. I think we're going to probably put Oregon, Syracuse, and Kansas, Texas A&M the final 2 matchups. Rutgers, BYU, baby. So yeah. So we'll see a few teams get in easily, but I don't know what else to say. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm Jeff Diamond. Adieu.